happy anniversary.
Oh,
This
thank you
custom-
again.
this-
Cheers again.
This is like a honor custom tham थिएन silently भनेको न तपाईँले चाहिँ फर्की भन्नुपर्छ नि एउटा
You want to come and just say hi? Okay. My husband is too shy.
You can catch him at local.
You can meet him at local and see him. He's a cool guy.
Turn that shit up!
कति बोल्नु भोलि त राख्छु यता पनि भोलि उता पनि भोलि
most funny is that त्यसको लो छ त
अङ्ग्रेजीमा ब्याचलर्स गरेछु
ए के भन्छ वेलकम टु एभ्रीबडी हैन आज हाम्रो we have Nicky. I'll tell you by the name and later I'll tell them how I know you and stuff. Today we have Nicky Lama here with us already. And thanks for coming before we go. I know her as Sano Dekin. We're like family friends. She's like one of my childhood best friend sister actually. I know her since 2000s. Right? 2000
Before
something.
that also, I think.
Yeah.
When you guys were like what, 5, 6, 7 years old?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
That's like
small.
quite some time. And
You guys used to live in the same place.
yeah, Thazikel,
छेउमै थियो
neighbors, right across the street.
Yeah, so my brother and him used to always be running around ni ta. सानो फुच्चेले त उता कुदेर यताबाट गाली खाइराको उताबाट गाली खाइराको.
ए जंगली न हो बेसी भन्दै ए जंगली अस्ति भर्खर he was here है तिमीले भेटेन अरूहरूले भेट्यो. He's like one of my childhood cat. Every time I meet him, I'm transported back in time. And we had this thing, something army jansa okay. Along as we grew up, I like went away from that pact. Damn bad guy. But he stuck to his like whatever he wanted to do, right? First thing, and now he's in like France doing his thing, and I couldn't be even happier for him. Yeah.
He's serving in the French army?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legionnaire.
Legionnaire.
What was it?
3 years. Almost 3 years.
Yeah, okay. So he's stationed in France, right?
Oh yeah. France station हुन्छ, but they sort of have this mission around there, so they go to places like Mali and Congo तिर पनि यता उता. So places where the French army are also operating, अनि त्यहाँ terrorismहरु के भइरहेको हुन्छ. So basically उनीहरुलाई त्यहाँ मिसनमा स्टेसन गर्दै रहेछ, like for a period of maybe 6 months to maybe a year.
So do they face like combat time, like combat?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Raw combat, yeah.
He trains like insane.
Situation
contact. Anyway, तपाईलाई खासमा when we started this, you were one of the first people I thought like I want to bring you on, like just have like this talk, random talk on it, and eventually, but that time you're going through maternity stuff, right? Congrats on that.
Thank
you.
Thanks. Right? Cheers to that.
Cheers to it, right? Cheers. And
Congrats by the way.
So and now how's that been? Being a mom?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, like, mansele bhancha, like, when a child is born, you need to be ready. A new person is coming into your life and blah blah. But I think what they don't tell you, what we also don't think about, is you yourself also is born as a new person. Okay? What I was before I had a child, and now when I have a child, I'm not a totally different person, but from thinking to my daily activities to everything, it centers around the child. So along with the child, I hope I'm born back. So yeah, but it's been really nice. It's a learning process day by day.
How's the maternity process? The lockdown I
know, Khasma actually worked out really well because I'm working. I know. If there was no lockdown, no pandemic, I would have lost a lot of time also going back to work. Yeah? And that actually affects a lot of women, and I experienced it firsthand. You feel like, women to get back to work. I thought, okay, it's given just the language, But when it actually happened, luckily it was a lockdown time for me. Ani office पनि त्यति काम गरेको थिएन अनि मलाई पनि I was on leave, so I didn't miss out much of work, you know what I'm saying? So it worked out pretty well. I think lockdown was actually good. घरमा बच्चासँग time spend गर्नु पायो. Husband was able to stay at home. I was with the family, so yeah, I think it worked out quite well.
तपाईँको family पनि पुरा support हुनुहुन्छ नि.
Yeah, that's so important to एकदमै. That's very important.
Shout out to the Lubu gang. I broke my leg, dude. Like when I was a kid.
That's why you didn't get into the army, no? That was one of the reasons.
I had a major fracture. Yeah, like it was really major. Like ankle was like pieces. मैले भन्दै थिएँ नि.
हाम्रो घर कन्स्ट्रक्ट गर्दै थियो.
आर्मी खेल्दै थिएँ म चाहिँ निभेन्ससँग. अब हुन्छ नि इमेजिनेरी बन्दुक हैन घर भर्खर बनाइरहेको त्यो लेजमा क्या चढेर चाहिँ अर्को रुममा जाउँ भने हैन निभेन वाज प्रिटी लाइक कन्ट्रा भन्थे क्या खासमा हामीले पहिला कन्ट्रा गेम खेल्थ्यो नि जाउँ न कन्ट्रा खेलौँ भन्थे क्या कन्ट्रा खेलौँ भनेको हैन लेजमा चढेको त सिधै म त तल ब्रो निभेन चाहिँ अब यो हल्का एजाइल गयो नेक्स्ट थिङ आई नो आइ एम लाइक शाउटिङ फर like her mom to come save me.
I still had that vision. Yeah, I was I think across the road. Okay, गर्दै थिए. अनि Devi's lorry and he was like, "Ama!" भन्ने कराइरहेको थियो. He's holding his leg. His leg was literally like हल्ले गयो यसरी.
Dude, and the worst part was to the hospital because the roads weren't good, right?
Yeah.
And the car was so bumpy. I still remember my leg was going. My broken piece of leg was like, can someone please hold that for me? Like, I'll never forget that. Man. And instantly they had to operate and put like hook, steel hook and all for like 4 months. It's crazy, bro.
Does it still hurt? I usually took someone.
Surprisingly, it happened to me in such a young age. It regenerated mazale. And it's my stronger leg right now. Like, if I have to throw kicks, you know, that's like my strong
leg.
I know, kids. The other leg is now more weak. I don't know, something अब त्यो हुन्छ नि त्यो क्याल्सिफायर भयो होला कि बेसी
अनि त्यो प्लास्टरहरु खुल्दातिर खुट्टा एट्रोफी भयो
सानो थियो यार म त्यति बेला क्लास कति 3 मा त थियो होला
त्यो प्लास्टर खोलेपछि मसल्सहरु सानो हुन्छ नि घटेर आउँछ नि
त्यो कन्ट्रा नखेल्नु रहेछ ठिकै छ बरुलाई अहिलेको जेनेरेसन भएपछि हैन आइप्याड चलाएर बसिरहेको हुन्छ होला
So how long have you been in Nepal? उले लन्डनमा थियो हजुर
You in London right? Or
Yeah, I studied there. Nepal I think it's been like 3.5 to 4 years. Yeah, काम गर्दा because I had been working around for a while in different places after my studies. त्यसपछि चाहिँ I mean humanitarian field मा काम गर्छु नि त so development मा गर्दा it took me to a few places but then I thought अब experience पायो good enough and after Nepal पनि need so why not go back to Nepal and you know use my skills.
Sorry, I don't know actually what you do. Can you explain me?
Yeah,
please?
Sure.
She's into like humanitarian work and stuff, right? And she's like channeling the youth towards this. Am I right? Like,
yeah, so I started from primary education ma. So I was in UK ma पढाइसकेर I was stationed in Africa for a while. So त्यहाँ चाहिँ primary education मा बच्चाहरुलाई schools मा so Zambia र Malawi मा गरे मैले. So it was right into the bush क्या. So Zambia को capital Lusaka छैन. त्यहाँबाट पनि अझै 8 घण्टा गएर into the bush, no electricity, nothing. Marubumi just is like desert sort of and small you know shrubs and bushes अनि hot चाहिँ भएको ठाउँमा. There was this international organization America को उनीहरूले चाहिँ प्राइमरी एजुकेसन त्यो टिचर्सहरुलाई पनि अलिकति स्किल्सहरु कसरी बच्चाहरुलाई पढाउने लोकली रिक्रुट गर्छ नि त लोकल टिचर्सहरुलाई अनि बच्चाहरुलाई कसरी पढाउने अनि बुक्सहरु रिसोर्सेसहरु सबै हामीले ल्याइदिएर उनीहरुलाई दिन्थ्यो के अनि यसरी पढ्नु पर्छ यसरी तिमीहरुको अर्गनाइज गर्नु पर्छ भनेर सो बेसिकली प्राइमरी एजुकेसनमा चाहिँ गरे त्यहाँ हैन त्यसपछि चाहिँ आई मुभड अन टु कम्बोडिया त्यहाँ चाहिँ आई वर्कड इन पब्लिक हेल्थ even in children के public health. So Anchor Hospital for Children भन्ने Siem Reapमा छ. Anyone's been to Cambodia? So it's a beautiful place. You guys should go.
The capital is Siem Reap.
The capital is Phnom Penh.
Oh, sorry.
Siem Reap is just like Kathmandu Pokhara भनेको जस्तै क्या. That is not as developed as the capital, but it's got this beautiful Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat's the biggest Buddhist Hindu. It was Hindu, then became Buddhist also. War it's one of the biggest Buddhist temples I went to. Beautiful place. And त्यहाँ चाहिँ चाइल्ड हेल्थमा काम गरिरहेको थिएँ मैले सो त्यहाँ गर्दा गर्दै आई मेट दिस यङ म्यान कल समीर उसले चाहिँ सोप रिसाइक्लिङको काम गर्थ्यो त्यहाँ क्या सो इट वाज क्वाइट इन्ट्रेस्टिङ सो इट वाज इन्ट्रेस्टिङ बिकज उनीहरूले यु नो वेन वी गो टु होटल्स अल्सो होइन एक रात बसेर आई मिन से 2-3 nights वी स्टे देयर अनि साबुन हुन्छ नि त्यहाँ वी युज फर 1 day हात धुनु होला मुख धुनु होला वी गो आउट कम ब्याक एन्ड देन हाउसकिपिङ आएर क्लिन गरेर नयाँ साबुन हालिदिएको हुन्छ नि यु गाइज हेभ एभर थट वेयर डज द्याट साबुन गो लाइक आई जस्ट ओपन्ड इट अनि युज गरेर त्यति छोडेको थियो नि त साबुन वेस्ट हुन्छ क्या सो हाउसकिपिङ टेक्स इट एन्ड दे throw it in the dump होइन some is used in the hotel of course तर डम्पमा फ्यालिदिन्छ नि त अनि यो कुरा चाहिँ अलिकति मलाई पनि लागेको थियो when I saw this guy doing this there he had literally collected soaps from all these hotels अनि साबुन ल्याएर चाहिँ त्यहाँको लोकल वुमेनहरूलाई चाहिँ जब दिएर to recycle the soap sanitize गरेर so we could reuse it again क्या अनि reuse पनि it was very important because गाउँघरमा बच्चाहरूलाई hygiene not only बच्चा caregivers and mothers उनीहरूलाई hygiene को बारेमा बेसी थाहा हुँदैन नि त and in Nepal also I think when I brought the project back to Nepal हामी गाउँतिर यता चेपाङ गाउँतिर गएको थियो हामी है अनि त्यहाँ बच्चालाई लिटरली वाशिङ पाउडरले नुहाइदिरहेको थियो क्या त्यो सर्फ एक्सेलहरू जस्तोले अनि it was like हुन्छ नि we think that soap is so it's a small thing so easily attainable accessible भन्नु है त्यो हामी कुरा सोचेको थिएन गाउँघरमा त्यो पुग्दैन रहेछ साबुनहरू नो वान्स गोइङ टु पे मनी टु बाई सोप्स नि त इट्स द लास्ट अफ द वरिज होइन दे हेभ टु फिल द स्टमक फर्स्ट सो त्यो देख्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट वाज क्वाइट सकिङ अनि नेपाल अल्सो हेज अ बिग टुरिज्म इन्डस्ट्री होइन अनि वी हेभ अ लट अफ होटेल्स कति साबुन चाहिँ वेस्ट भइरहेको होला भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई गट द प्रोजेक्ट ब्याक टु नेपाल यहाँ आएर चाहिँ 2017मा सुरु गर्यो So the first whole year was going and making partnerships with hotels and that was so difficult because नयाँ idea थियो hotelsहरूलाई convince गर्नु पर्थ्यो नि त that also उनीहरूले फ्रीमा दिनु पर्यो अनि at the end of the day they are private entities they look for profit as well होइन so getting the story out there and telling them how उनीहरूको एउटा फाल्ने साबुन हामीले डोनेट गर्यो भने first of all एउटा वुमनले काम पाउँछ है when you empower a woman she has spending capacity usle it's a given statistic that she spends most of her income on her child compared to a man maybe हैन त्यसो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा वुमनले काम पायो सेकेन्डली हामीले जुन चाहिँ सोप्स बनाउँछ नि त्यो चाहिँ हामी गभर्नमेन्ट प्राइमरी स्कुल्समा गएर ह्यान्ड वासिङ सिकाउँछ क्या सो we used to teach them why it's important to wash hands when you should wash hands and how you should wash your hands it's very important we think it's not that हुन्छ नि इम्पोर्टेन्ट कुरा छैन या इट्स लाइक हुन्छ हात धोइरहेछ हामीले भन्दाखेरि तर लाइक नेपालको मोर्टालिटी इन्फेन्ट मोर्टालिटी रेट इज भेरी हाई क्या इन्फेन्ट मोर्टालिटी रेट भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ चिल्ड्रेन हु डाई बिलो द एज अफ 5 अनि उनीहरूलाई झाडा पखाला लागेर फिभर भएर मर्छ वाइ आई मिन दे क्यान बी अदर रिजन्स बट वान अफ द मेन रिजन्स अल्सो बिकज मेबी आमाले हात राम्रो धुँदैन बच्चाले हात राम्रो धुँदैन होइन अनि त्यही मैला खाँदाखेरि चाहिँ दे गेट सिक and they don't have access to hospitals right away so त्यस्तो कुरा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ so we are able to contribute towards child health as well and of course environmentally पनि we're sort of helping hotels reduce their waste so that is the whole gist of my project भनौँ it's called EcoSoap Bank अनि त्यो प्रोजेक्ट अनि मैले सञ्चालन गरिरहेको छु यहाँ and we have around 8 to 9 women who are working for us and yeah it's been going on well so far.
Nice.
That was a lot of
No, that was pretty interesting. I told you, right? I shared an article about this, did I not?
There was video.
Yeah, the video I mean about.
Okay, it's the interviews that they had.
Roger.
The first time I realized this was important, पहिला मीना कार्टुन आउँथ्यो थाहा
ब्याड होला
Yeah.
मलाई त बाबा पापा भन्ने थाहा छ आई थिंक माई टाइम वाज लाइक
मीना त्यो प्यारेट भएको हैन मोरल स्टोरी एट द एन्ड
त्यसमा there was one episode I cannot forget that episode I was like traumatized by that episode त्यसमा चाहिँ अब it's animation but still you know like animation अब त्यो एकदम subtle like and but then त्यो episode मा चाहिँ अचानक they're showing this person having like diarrhea and stuff हुन्छ नि just because they're not washing their hands after using the toilet first of all toilet rooms हैन and then everyone's like no one's washing their hands just eating that until that's when I realized that
and then we started this hand washing thing like before the pandemic started yeah and साथीहरुले डिस्काउन्ट छ के because हाम्रो त्यो ग्रुप च्याटमा पनि के तिमीहरूलाई थाहा छ निकले त पेन्डेमिकको अगाडि नै ह्यान्ड वास भनेको भनेको भन्दै नाउ फाइनली लाइक पिपल आर अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ वाइ इट्स इम्पोर्टेन्ट टु वास ह्यान्ड्स भनेर क्या सो एक्चुअली
I think it's a global thing,
we need to wash our hands भनेर क्या सो इट्स गिभन आवर प्रोजेक्ट मोर ट्र्याजेक्टरी क्या यो पेन्डेमिकले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अलिक के गाह्रो भयो भन्दा बिकज आई टोल्ड यु होटल्सबाट ल्याउँथ्यो नि त साबुन अनि होटल्स सबै क्लोज भइसक्यो होइन एन्ड वाट वी नाउ ह्याड टु डु इज अब नयाँ अल्टरनेटिभ प्लान बी त वी निड टु डु समथिङ बिकज वुमेनहरूलाई त उनीहरूको मन्थली वेजेस दिनु पऱ्यो वी कान्ट जस्ट टेल देम वी डोन्ट ह्याभ सोच नाउ गो वी डोन्ट ह्याभ वर्क भनेर है अनि अहिले चाहिँ हामीले यु नो युनिलिभर जस्तो बिग इन्डस्ट्रिजहरू उनीहरूले पनि साबुनहरू प्रड्युस गर्छ एन्ड वेन दिस काइन्ड अफ इन्डस्ट्रिज प्रड्युस साबुन देयर इज अ लट अफ स्क्रैप्स भन्छ क्या डस्ट एन्ड सोप स्क्रैप्स भनेर आउँछ क्या सो अहिले चाहिँ उनीहरूसँग टाइअप गरेर हामीले सो दे आर सर्ट अफ हेल्पिङ अस आउट इन डोनेटिङ उनीहरूको स्क्रैप्स सो लकिली टचवुड हाम्रो वुमेनहरूलाई दे स्टिल ह्याभ द जब्स we've tied up with these corporations and they've been doing a great job actually giving us their soaps and the work is still going on it's in the tension भयो नि all the hotels are closing and they were our main donors and raw material त्यहाँबाट आउँथ्यो नि त but luckily it's better now
अब होटल स्टार्ट भएपछि होटल पनि
back of
अनि
course
युनिलिभर पनि छ दुई एउटा
oh त्यो expand गर्नुपर्छ then we will go towards Pokhara and Chitwan and you know there's I mean this kind of project is needed there also yeah कतिवटा hotels are there and we can employ local women there as well yeah
अनि त्यो रिसाइकल सोप चाहिँ कता सेन्ड गर्नुहुन्छ
yeah so हाम्रो दुईटा हुन्छ है फर्स्ट चाहिँ लाइक आई सेड हामी यहाँ गभर्नमेन्ट प्राइमरी स्कुल्सहरुमा गएर we do a hand washing sessions and हामीले त्यहाँ साबुन बार्छ है त्यहाँ स्कुलमा हामीले छोडिदिन्छ साबुन वी टेल द प्रिन्सिपल त्यहाँ उनीहरूको टोइलेट बच्चाहरूको टोइलेटको बाहिर राखिदिनु साबुन फेरि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ त्यो प्रब्लम दे से इज द्याट छोडिदिन्छ अरे क्या साबुन आई सेड यु निड टु थिङ्क अफ समथिङ टु एक्चुली हुन्छ नि गेट समवन टु एक्चुली सुपरभाइज द्याट द साबुन इज देयर भनेर अनि त्यो हामीले एउटा गर्छ डिस्ट्रिब्युसन र हाइजिन एजुकेसन जस्तै अर्को कुरा चाहिँ यु नो देयर सो मेनी अदर लोकल एनजिओज आर वर्किङ इन द वास सेक्टर होइन जस्तो फर इक्जाम्पल वुमेन वास भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो हाइजिनको क्या स्यानिटेसन हाइजिनको वाटर स्यानिटेसन हाइजिन more like a field sort of हुन्छ नि एउटा सब लाइक फर इक्जाम्पल लाइक यु हेभ समथिङ लाइक वुमेन इम्पावरमेन्टको एउटा हुन्छ एउटा इन्भाइरोमेन्टको हुन्छ वेस्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट वासको चाहिँ एउटा सेक्टर हुन्छ क्या त्यसको अन्य पनि धेरै प्रोजेक्ट्सहरू छ नि त लोकलमा फर इक्जाम्पल मैले भन्दै गरेँ जस्तै यु नो यु हेभ दिस न्युट्रिसन प्याकेजेस त्यो बच्चाहरूको म्याल न्युट्रिसनको लागि प्याकेज बनाउँछ त्यसमा खाना हुन्छ बच्चाको दुध हुन्छ अनि साबुन पनि हाल्छ क्या त्यो so that is one and then you have women ko menstruation packages where unharko tyo menstruation ko tyo pad huncha त्यसमा towel huncha ani sabun rachcha हैन so these organizations are buying sabun from the market unharko pack ko लागि so we approach them and we tell them huncha हामीले यस्तो साबुन बनाइरा छ तपाईले हाम्रोबाट मार्केट प्राइस भन्दा अलिकति लेस मा लिनु हुन्छ भने पनि this is going to help out so much हुन्छ नि इम्प्याक्ट धेरै हुन्छ भनेर so that's two things so एउटा चाहिँ we go ourselves second say we sell it at a very low price to local NGOs who are working on this.
Is that how you are able to fund?
Yeah, exactly. That is how because हामीले sustainable model बनाउनु पर्यो हैन त्यही गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ this is our way right now. We want to once we have a lot of soaps coming in we want to also tie up with bigger organizations like the UN उनीहरुको धेरै धेरै प्रोजेक्ट हुन्छ नि त तर उनीहरुको रिक्वायरमेन्ट चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने they need in big quantities के अहिले हाम्रो अलि सानै छ but we have in the future we have a lot of talks of getting more soaps के so hopefully we can tie with them and then it's going to be a bigger
don't they invest in organizations like yours
who
bigger non-profit organizations
invest भन्दाखेरि
just like help or
yeah so yeah they buy our soaps they help us in that way क्या हाम्रो साबुन चाहिँ उनीहरूले किनिदिन्छ donate चाहिँ usually hotels बाट आउँछ न त these big corporations yeah so
no I mean like
financially say no it's quite difficult कस्तो गाह्रो हुन्छ यो कुरा हामी सोचेको हुँदैन sometimes we feel like हाम्रो idea is very good हामीले financial पाउन सक्छ जस्तो लाग्छ हैन but when I actually got into this एकदमै गाह्रो हुन्छ क्या त्यो finances आउनको लागि क्या it's quite difficult but sometimes you get angel
reputationally गर्दा पनि हो कि कतिवटा organization you know they've been duping
exactly yes and because of that हाम्रो social welfare council ले पनि अलि धेरै regulations राखेको छ क्या so that every step there's sort of you have to give report there's an assessment going on and people are coming and you know checking auditing everyone so अलि एकदमै कडा गरेको छ but there's still a lot of work to be done.
Corruption.
But more power to you, whatever you're doing. You know, we support you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, whatever we can do, like.
So you do this full time?
I know. This is something I started as my own project just to I work for a company called VWalk. We are basically working with municipalities and private sector to identify very good public-private partnership projects. Yeah? So from commercial buildings to parking lots, where we try to bring the public and the private together and get them together, help them make tender full procedural, technical requirements, financial requirements, some documents, get them together and sort of be the middleman to do the negotiations on the basic project suit.
It's a complex. Let's go.
But is it like aimed towards underprivileged people, or just like
it does have an undertone to that, yes. So private sector काम गर्दा त obviously first motive त उनीहरुले profit हेर्छ त्यो त हामीले एकदम माइन्डमा राख्नु पर्छ अदर्स प्राइभेट सेक्टर त आउँदैन नि त है तर त्यो गर्दा पनि there's a lot of requirements where अहिले जेसी भन्छ नि gender equality and social inclusion त्यो पनि एउटा factor चाहिँ राखेको छ in every project. So you have to make sure that people are being included in whatever decision you're making. तिमीले एउटा commercial building you're getting it up, but you have to also make sure that people who are underprivileged also have an access to that building. They are not left out. Okay, so the requirements in every project.
London, where did you go to?
So I studied in the London School of Economics. 2013 ma pass bhako. So I did international.
How was that experience?
Oh, it was awesome. But euta kura chai ke bhandakeri chai like I studied in Kalimpong, right? Yeah. And then, when we studied in Kalimpong, we sort of lived in a bubble, okay? So I was like a pretty good, brilliant student.
Dude, let me say something. She was you torture me, Khasma. I'll tell you why. Like, my dad used to, knew her and she was a brilliant student, always getting A's and all, right? And my dad would, find out, right? And every time I went to Darjeeling, she's like, you can't be like Nicky. You can't get Nicky grades. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I'm not. My dad would be watching this, whatever. But he used to say that because he adores you actually. My dad.
I adore him as well. He's such a wonderful person.
Yeah, and that was it. That's why it was torturous. I stand there
so what I was saying is that I'm in a bubble of everything is because teachers used to like us and we used to do good in studies, other activities, etc. I mean, all of a sudden, first exposure to Delhi or Bangalore, they are so competitive people over there. I wouldn't take the credit away, but the Kalimpong Dr त्यति competitive त मलाई लागेन मान्छे त्यति थिएन competitive.
That's exactly
the पहिला reputation when they were undisputed.
Yeah.
And then they carried on, but then as we transpired into our generation, I think other schools were there that were much better than them. Delhi Public School or
It's damn laid back ni.
Constantly पहिला चाहिँ थियो अहिले पनि त्यही चलन हुन्छ नि corporal punishment and all that. The same everything still same.
What's the word? Lackadaisical. A dropping words.
But as soon as still of gate
Actually, cities na janda ta you are like all of us studied that region.
Exactly,
right?
You must have felt it also.
Out of town,
take time to adjust.
Right? Out of directly to a big city, somewhere.
And everyone is so bache and they're all going forward and competition and teachers have questions and they're
the attitude is damn
no confidence Indians everywhere they want to be the life of the party.
They're voicing their opinions.
Because I feel why this was happening, I'm they used to treat speaking in public as punishment. I'm Sanadikhin.
Yeah.
If you speak in Nepali, assembly ma gaera 2 minutes बोल्नुपर्छ.
हाम्रो जन सस्पेन्ड गरिदिन्थ्यो ब्रो नेपालमा बोलेको पक्ड्यो भने स्कुलमा गर्छ
punishment हो भने त डर लाग्छ नि त. You're always trained to think public मा बोल्नु चाहिँ टेन्सन है भन्छ नि. and then you go to college and पग्यो भन्छ के भन्दा यार केटाहरूले त्यो स्पिचमा हाम्रो त्यहाँ एउटा सुपरम्यान भनेको थियो कि नाम चाहिँ बिर्सिन्छ हेयरस्टाइल
क्लार्क केन्ट गर्यो
त्यो केटा भाग्दै हो नि स्कुलबाट सरी घरबाट युज लोकल स्टुडेन्ट कि कालिम्पोङले सुपरम्यान भन्दा एकदम कन्टु सानो मान्छे थियो त्यो चाहिँ भागेछ होइन आई डोन्ट नो दिस कुड बी अ रुमर बट देन सो अपेरेन्टली ran away from his house. I was letters for it. Okay,
Garba letter.
This could be a rumor, but I was told this, and they say, "Kiki lays, na. I'm leaving this place. Kunika jancho, na. But when I come back, I'll be known as DJ Shadow."
Seriously.
DJ Shadow.
It will be fake news. That's what I heard.
Kalimpong food was really good, eh?
Oh my god, awesome!
Really miss that.
Yeah, have you had त्यो कञ्चनको छेउमा के रे आलु?
Oh yeah.
That was
damn good.
Kalimpong आलु was
undisputed.
त्यो कालिम्पोङमा त्यो छुर्पीहरु पनि पाउँछ नि के
त्यत्रो होला
त्यो हैन त्यो पकाउने छुर्पी के
ए द वाइट वान
त्यो नभएर घरमा अहिले छुर्पी छैन नि यो नत्र कालिम्पोङमा पठाइदिन्छ
that's a taste that you have to really develop.
I love छुर्पी
नत्र त यता मान्छे गनायोहरु हुन्छ
Kinema. First time smell like socks, man.
Sorry.
मैले भन्दिनँ I just remember छुर्पी भन्दाखेरि त्यो LSC मा पढ्दाखेरि मेरो एउटा कुइरे साथी थियो के बेल्जियम एकदम मिल्ने साथी अनि छुर्पी मैले यहाँबाट छुट्टीमा छुर्पी लिएर गएको थिएँ कडामा अनि मैले खाइरहेको थिएँ what are you having like this is called छुर्पी एकदम explanation this is from बच्चा milk या के भन्दै के I want to try भने मैले दिएँ के उसलाई उसले खाइदिए Nicky, am I getting any taste ring? That's supposed to have some taste ring. I said, I know that you keep chewing and bistari, you'll get the bistari, the milk taste also. She was chewing it last time. So funny.
They use it as dog chew or something.
Yeah, that person has made so much money doing that.
Where's mom now?
Shark Tank. He couldn't play like hard to get and he went, man.
No, so there were like 3 or 4 of them. And then they're already making 1 million in revenue or keep on it, you know? And then they ask for a certain amount of money, like 200, 300,
to pay themselves, right?
Yeah, and they're like, what would
sharks
you use that money for, you know? And आधी चाहिँ हामी अब 1 वर्ष भइसक्यो स्यालेरी नलिएको हामी राख्छु अनि आधा इन्भेस्ट गर्छु
त्यो शार्कहरु we like your honesty
straight again next time but then
so यो अहिले ठमेलमा चाहिँ भिद्रो रेस्टुरेन्टमा my friend Kala is having an art exhibition for differently able kids and people with like autism and all so afno can't support themselves
Down syndrome
like he's opened a like safe haven like where you can like be in your own place and get proper education, get proper help, and he's opening schools in all remote areas in Nepal. So they have like for a good cause art exhibition kholecha. Like this is one of the art that I purchased. Ani aru art haru cha त्यहाँ राम्रो राम्रो खाले. So Vidro ma yeah man go and support.
It's amazing the details are again.
Kala Drisha man everyone. So I wanted to know like how was the experience in Africa?
Oh yeah, it was oh my god. Great, it was great. Okay, so I have a few stories I'd like to share, right?
Sure.
So like I told you, I mean bush ma basthiyo हैन. Bush भन्दाखेरि they use the word bush to say that it's like no not exactly jungle, it's like deserted place के हुन्छ नि. It wasn't a jungle, तर like I said अलिकति desert जस्तै अनि सानो shrubs हरु अनि यताउता फाटफुट animals हरु हुन्छ नि goats and little chickens but all the animals are so skinny yeah. That's what I didn't understand. Yeah, maybe the Africa go त्यस्तै होला त्यहाँ हैन. Goats are also like हुन्छ नि chillo skinny the hens and the त्यो उनीहरु पनि एकदम yeah I don't know man I don't खाना नपाले घरमा भएर it was very skinny. So what happened once was I used to stay in like this अब स्कुल के एरियामा बस्थे मलाई एउटा रुम दिएको थियो स्कुल के एरियामा हैन क्वाइट फार अवे फेरि बत्ती पनि थिएन राति एउटा मलाई सानो बल्ब चाहिँ त्यो सोलरको हालिदिएको थियो मलाई चाहिन्छ भने फोन चार्ज गर्नको लागि एउटा है अनि त्यहाँ एकदमै त्यो ड्राई विन्ड हुन्छ नि त्यो घुम्ने विन्ड के धेरै आउँथ्यो के अनि आई वाज स्लिपिङ one night सुत्दाखेरि त्यो टिनको रुफ थियो के the roof was literally हल्लेको क्या ढ्याङ 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 भइरहेको थियो अनि आई वाज थिङ्किङ लाइक मेरो रुफ त ब्लो हुन्छ आज ब्लो हुन्छ भनेर सुते डर लागेर सुतिरहेको थिएँ यसरी है भन्दाखेरि लिटरली माई रुफ फ्लू अफ क्या अब इट फ्लू अफ होइन आई वाज कभर्ड इन डस्ट क्या अब एन्ड आम लाइक त्यहाँ सुतिरहेको छ है अब एउटा अर्को मान्छे थियो होइन त्यो प्रोग्राम हेर्ने एउटा म्यानेजर थियो ऊ चाहिँ फेरि वाज लाइक 200 मिटर्स अवे फ्रम माई रुम भनौँ न है अर्कै हटमा बस्थ्यो क्या ऊ चाहिँ मलाई कस्तो डर लाग्यो राति बत्ती पनि गइसकेको थियो सोलर सकिसकेको थियो है अँध्यारोमा म लिटरली आई ह्याड टु लाइक क्रल आउट त्यहाँ गएर हाम्रो होस्ट एउटा सानो फ्यामिली थियो क्या होस्ट उनीहरू चाहिँ यता त्यो हेको हटमा बस्थ्यो त्यहाँ गएर नक गरेर आई टोल्ड माई रुफ फ्लू अफ भनेर सी लेट मी स्टे उनीहरूको घरमा क्या त्यो पनि किचनको छेउमा चिसो भुइँमा क्या आई स्लेप्ट रेस्ट अफ द नाइट बिहान हेर्नु जाँदाखेरि त माई रुफ हेड लिटरली फ्लोन अफ 100 मिटर्स क्या ऊपर रहेछ मेरो रुफ क्या मेरो होल रुम वाज फुल अफ डस्ट क्या यस्तो हुन्छ नि कस्तो डर लाग्छ नि त्यस्तो हुँदाखेरि लाइक यो अलोन होइन त्यो पनि म एक्लै ट्राभल गरेर नेपालबाट एक्लै ट्राभल गरेर गएको थिएँ है कस्तो डर लागेको थियो बट इट वाज एन एक्सपिरियन्स क्या त्यो एउटा भयो अर्को चाहिँ के भन्दाखेरि मैले फोन चार्ज गरिरहेको थिएँ होइन फोन चार्ज गरेर मैले आई थिङ्क आई वाज लुकिङ एट सम डकुमेन्ट्स अनि त्यसपछि अब बाहिर जान्छु भनेर आई वेन्ट टु गेट माई फोन एउटा कालो स्नेक क्या फोनको छेउमा यस्तो कोइल भएर बसिरहेको रहेछ लाइक ब्ल्याक माम्बा खालके क्या आई डोन्ट नो इफ यु गेट ब्ल्याक माम्बास देयर इन जाम्बिया बट इट वाज लाइक द्याट क्या लिटरली देयर होइन अब के गर्नु गर्ने है अब लाइक आई क्यान इभन कल अन फर्स्ट बिकज माई फोन इज देयर अनि के थियो मेरो हातमा काङ्गियो थियो क्या कल गरेर काङ्गियो आई ट्राई टु डु लाइक दिस होइन साँप त फुल्लेर यत्रो भयो क्या इट वाज सो स्केरी आई ह्याड टु लिटरली वेट 2 hours क्या साँपलाई हेर्नु जाम्बियामा अनि 2 घण्टा म लिटरली विथ काङ्गियो इन माई ह्यान्ड माई फोन इज देयर आई हेभ टु वेट फर द स्नेक टु गेट बोर्ड एन्ड गो क्या अब एन्ड आइम स्केयर इट माइट कम टु अस बाई सेटिङ अलर्ट फर 2 hours यति पसिना छुट्यो मेरो त्यति बेला माई गड एन्ड द्याट टाइम आमा बाउको याद आउँदो रहेछ
worst nightmare snakes डर लाग्छ worst nightmare त्यस्तो झन् striking
त्यही भनेर oh it was damn scary
place where you went to bush like was it easy to communicate to people
no not really त्यो फोन पनि मम ड्याडलाई कहिले काहीँ फोन गर्थ्यो त्यो पनि एउटा रुखमा चढेर एउटा ठाउँमा पाउँथ्यो क्या आई ह्याड टु लिटरली लाइक क्लाइम्ब अप इन द ट्री एन्ड देन एक ठाउँमा बसेर अनि आमासँग आमा म ठिकै छु भने त्यति मात्रै हुने क्या फेरि खाटाबाट ब्रेक भइहाल्ने क्या त्यो चाहिँ द्याट ट्री वाज थ्याङ्क गड देयर होइन
but the people spoke English there
no they spoke the local language there.
Do they speak in clicks?
No, not in Zambia. That's quite interesting, right? The name exclamation mark huncha ni.
How do you go about that? Like, what's that supposed to be?
What's that?
How do you pronounce like for the phonetic sound of
For every exclamation, there's a click.
Oh, it's a click.
Like
So like,
oh yeah,
there number clicks on it like Uis.
exactly.
Uis.
Also, we do the joke, right? Sir.
तर मैले त जिस्केको होला जस्तो लाग्यो
My name is not Omi.
So do you know how to speak the language type of local language?
मैले त्यहाँ अलिकति सिकेको थिएँ आई लाइक टु डु द्याट म कम्प्युटरमा बस्दाखेरि पनि मैले एकदमै किताब कपी लिएर मेरो मिल्ने साथी थियो नि त अनि मलाई कम्प्युटर सिकाएको इट्स क्वाइट सेम रहेछ उनीहरू कम्प्युटियन उनीहरूको रुट संस्कृतमा रहेछ क्या सो हामीले क ख ग घ भन्छ होइन उनीहरूको त्यस्तै का खा कुनै त्यस्तो खालको रहेछ क्या आई मिन आई फरगट इट राइट नाउ बट आई ट्राई टु लर्न आई न्यू अ फ्यु वर्ड्स
Curse words.
The curse was bizarre Mexican. But you know they had really interesting names, yeah. So they had names like beautiful and flower. Oh, blessing is okay, fine. Beautiful flower and hero. This to khalke kya?
Thai people do that.
That's a nickname. Just to the Darjeeling around, I guess.
They maybe they are. They're indigenous.
You're talking about Cambodia, no? Cambodia, beautiful.
I know. That's in Zambia, man.
Yeah, Zambia.
That's the name it was, yeah.
Okay.
It was, yeah. What's the name again?
What, man?
Osas.
So talking about like refill and local language, you guys have a recent bar that you guys have come forward with in Tamil, right?
Yeah.
We were there yesterday.
It's not a new one, isn't it? Though they had
it was in Basantapur,
I mean, like you relocated
in
exactly.
a
better place I was.
Bigger fashion.
Yeah, bigger fashion, the bank, the local style, right? Nah?
Oh.
It's a sick place to be. I mean, I had a great time yesterday, and even the last time we went.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, I did your
People
open
should-
terrace just the it's like
How's that going? Like,
it's going well actually. We were thinking maybe I'm the wrong time because of the pandemic, but surprisingly, Nepali locals also.
Construction was it done during
No. I mean, we did it during the terrace method here. Okay, it wasn't much just a roof. So we constructed भित्रको भित्ताहरू अनि त्यो बारको एन्टायर हामीले त्यो ओल्ड वुडहरू युज गरेर अनि त्यो गजिबो जस्तै क्युबिकल्सहरू राखेर अनि
pool table.
that's a nice
pool
touch.
table.
And the best part, the food is like sick.
Oh, yeah.
The fries and the buff
Mustang
momo.
Alu.
No, the very fries.
Very,
Very fries.
I tried the buff momo, that solid big ones.
Typo.
I know.
Manange momo.
Man, like one momo itself as a meal type.
Okay, manangeहरूले एकदमै धेरै मासु हाल्छ के भित्र
They
and
put chunks, you know?
yeah, chunks. They don't mean गरेको like the normal momos. उनीहरूले चाहिँ ठुल्ठुलो chunks चाहिँ हाल्छ के and like you said, if you have one momo, you have so much of meat
Yeah,
inside.
it was like a bite क्या अब अरू मोमो त अब होइन घुटुक्क निल्दिन्छु होइन यो चाहिँ गाह्रो रहेछ but like it was juicy and it was
Very
sick.
fries was my favorite, man. The only thing I liked from McDonald's was very fries. They introduced the same thing. Where was it there? So the fries, normal fries ones, right? And then they give you this
Shake and bake,
bag.
होइन?
Shake bag.
त्यसपछि त्यही ब्यागमा you pour in that thing
Masala.
अनि त्यसलाई mix यस्तो मेरो and then stop के after like 2-3 months अनि त्यसपछि अब I forgot about it अब एकछिन चाहिँ दुःख भयो what is that I forgot about it and they brought it back again and then it's like back by popular demand check so that took me back to that same memories
Like running a bar in Tamil is pretty sick.
Challenging
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
But it's sick
challenging.
and challenging.
Because for me personally, as a kid, they're like, what do you want to do? I always wanted to like run a bar, like everybody, right? Most of that's like the coolest thing to do, right? From the outside, from inside, got the hard work and stuff. You have to manage so many things, so many variables, and manage going for you. That's the ठुलो भएपछि बुझ्यो तर बच्चाको ड्रिम त what do you want to do? Like run a bar, like fuck that, like you know, Tamil, what's up?
So cool.
Custom. But it's a nice place. I seriously hope it like kicks off. Mazale becomes like a
the way you designed it, where there's enough space to be open funny, but then there's enough space to accommodate people funny.
Yeah.
That's nice touch without the tables at the side.
Yeah.
then
And for
just
couples
tables.
also, I'm a good the romantic खालके छ नि त.
Yeah.
That was my idea actually. It was like when my husband started it, उनीहरूले गरेको थियो होइन and then they put wood and all that and म एक दिन गएर I was like, this is so like boyish क्या हुन्छ नि just put some feminine touch भनेर yeah curtains white curtains हालिदिउँ भनेर then it worked out pretty well. New Year's night was a big hit.
And with the pool table, like when someone engaged, it's always a nice touch. Pool table, say.
Trash talker भयो साथी
we should. You guys should get something to hold on while coming down the stairs, though.
Yeah, oh my god,
Don't you think so?
अलिकति steep छ stairs.
Like at least something to hold.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, my friend was pretty young. I like joking, I pushed him. Like yesterday, त्यो मोर थियो क्या अब गएको.
Oh, अलिकति steep छ. Yeah,
jump.
we need to put that up. Yeah, we've been talking about it. Yeah.
That's then though it's like मातिर ल पक्रिँदै तल आइने भयो. Like
Well, actually, the staircase बाहिरबाट थियो नि to come up.
बाहिर पनि छ जस्तो लाग्यो. Yeah.
So for those who are people who are wondering, this bar is Satgumtima. You can देखिहाल्छ माथि यसो माथि टाउको अलिकति माथि.
local
Places go ठ्याक्कै माथि.
Places को माथि.
Mathi छ and then there's we also looked into the factor of having a parking lot because पुरा problem हुन्थ्यो.
Yeah.
बसन्तपुरमा हामी ठक्क मेन ठाउँमा थियो तर धेरै मान्छेहरू गाडी बाइक लिएर आउँथ्यो पार्किङ छैन क्या so difficult. So अहिले चाहिँ हाम्रो त्यो पछाडि पनि ठुलो पार्किङ छ नि त so that's easy. People can park their cars and bikes अनि सजिलै माथि आउनुहुन्छ.
So Bar Black Sheep, watch out! There's some competition in town.
it was like when you were studying in London त्यतिखेर त EU मै थियो नि त हैन so like was it easier to move around and all like did you visit places and all when you were in London?
EU मा भएर पनि they have a few special laws UK मा you need to get a visa to visit EU other countries क्या तर त्यति बेला त भिजिट गरेन but I think
it's called Schengen visa है के भन्छ
yeah Schengen visa
Asti, you mentioned you guys had a European honeymoon, right?
yes
Yeah.
we went for 1.5 months
Yeah.
7-8 country घुम्यो it was amazing खासमा मेरो ट्रेनिङ थियो त्यहाँ त्यो युनेस्को को नेदरल्यान्ड्समा एउटा टेक्निकल इन्स्टिट्युट छ क्या वेस्ट म्यानेजमेन्टको सानो 1 month कोर्स थियो so I went and studied Netherlands ma
they have the least amount of waste हैन
yeah they have the state of the art waste and water management system के किनकि नेदरल्यान्ड्स
देख्नु भयो केटालाई थाहा छ है we researched sorry
yeah so Netherlands is a very interesting country because they are below sea level okay
yeah
हैन अनि एउटा old people used to say there's a country in like some place where birds चाहिँ भुइँमा हिँड्छ फिशेसहरु चाहिँ माथि हुन्छ भनेर के सो नेदरल्यान्ड्स इज दैट प्लेस के बिकज उनीहरु above sea level छ उनीहरुको पानी चाहिँ त्यो स्पेशली डिजाइन्ड ब्लकेजले चाहिँ उनीहरुले त्यो उयो गरेको छ के ब्लक गरेर राखेको छ एन्ड interesting thing is नेदरल्यान्ड्समा फुल त्यो canalsहरु छ के so that water can actually come in and go out so they have this like I said state of the art system okay so people who want to study about water management Nepal also is a country that has a lot of water and we can manage it better right now so technical studies ko lagi Netherlands is a very good place ani धेरै ज्यादा पनि scholarships पनि हुन्छ है I went through the Orange Knowledge program which I think people who are interested in they can look it up Orange Knowledge program ma चाहिँ there are a lot of courses हैन अनि नेपालको स्टुडेन्ट्स हरुले एकदमै राम्ररी लिन्छ के so you don't really have to have a lot of experience you just need to have this kind of हुन्छ नि उनीहरुको statement of purpose हुन्छ उनीहरुको idea के छ what's your plans and उनीहरुले plans सोच्छ के if you get this education what will you do with that one that is one of the most important questions yeah? so don't worry too much about your experience even if you're a fresh graduate you should apply for the Orange Knowledge program also okay this one
that's also this
yeah that's उनीहरुकै government के scholarship okay so a lot of Nepalese people go there.
That will always be the second reason why people go to Netherlands.
हामी पुग्दाखेरि we went such a time थियो daylight savings को त्यो भइरहेको थियो क्या अनि 10-11 बजेसम्म घाम लाग्ने क्या अनि अब एम्स्टर्डम घुम्नु गयो हैन अनि the whole street is there हैन weekend घुमेको 11 बजिसक्यो घामै छ क्या मजा आउँदैन नि त्यस्तो by the time like we have enough of हुन्छ नि drinks meet friends go to the bar and then go to places it's already 3-4-5 बजे बिहान क्लोज भइसक्यो के so we went to the wrong time एप्रिलतिर गएको थियो क्या हामी
you guys like rendezvous with me then also right
yeah met him in Paris yeah
so what were the countries you guys
so हामी Netherlands गयो Portugal France गयो Hungary then Czech Republic Germany Malta yeah I think 7 countries
you took the transcontinental train
yeah we had Eurostar and the pura connected also but so expensive
yeah I heard that's more
travel is
expensive
so
than flights
expensive
flights are very cheap रहेछ नि
त्यो पनि पहिला दिन प्लान गर्नुपर्ने रहेछ क्या हामी प्लान गर्न we just went like अब गएर हामी त्यति गरेर कुल भएर गयो भने कति पैसा दिनु पर्यो
we have to wait
yeah अनि हामी ट्रेन्स मिस गरेको फेरि some places मा इंग्लिश को साइन पनि छैन नि त बुढा र बुढी दुईचोटि ट्रेन मिस्के हेर्दा ट्रेन गयो कनेक्टिङ ट्रेन खोज्दै हुन्छ नि इट वाज अ नाइस एक्सपिरियन्स एन्ड प्लस माई हस्बेन्ड चाहिँ ही हैज टु हैव दाल भात के दाल भात खानै पर्छ मलाई त
लोकल
that's why he opened local
यो घुम्ने लोकल हो के गर्छ
2-3 दिनसम्म सक्छ त्यसपछि स्टार्ट सर्चिङ फर इन्डियन रेस्टुरेन्ट नेपाली रेस्टुरेन्ट दाल भात खान नत्र डिप्रेसनमा भएर विक भएर हुन्छ नि मलाई दाल भात चाहियो त्यस्तो हुन्छ क्या it was fun
दाल भात पावर
and you met Susan also.
yeah Malta मा गएर भेट्यो
Malta is Europe or it's
Europe नै हो yeah Malta मजाको it's amazing place क्या also
प्रलभ भाइ है हाम्रो हेरि बस्छ प्रलभ
Malta मा पनि पुरा नेपाली
कबारे भाइ घर है
Malta was an interesting thing that I heard was so पहिला Malta को tourism was like not that great right I mean you know BuzzFeed
we don't know yeah
so BuzzFeed छ नि BuzzFeed को चाहिँ एउटा writer she went to Malta and Malta she wrote about a piece about Malta how beautiful it is अनि त्यो हेरेर चाहिँ became BuzzFeed is pretty popular नि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि कति tourism बढेछ And then the next time she came, she was greeted by the prince or whatever. Support my.
Thanks.
Thanks, I know.
Social media has so much of influence. यो कुरा गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ रुटिन अफ नेपाल बन्दले जुन चाहिँ उनीहरूको पोस्टहरू हाल्छ नि हाम्रो लोकल प्लेसेसलाई पनि उनीहरूले कति प्रमोट गरिरहेछ नि यु नो द्याट 3 झरना हो कुन झरना भने द्याट
so many this is the तनाउहरुतिर नि the cloudy places
and we didn't know that and उनीहरूले पोस्ट गर्दाखेरि नाउ अहिले मान्छेहरू कति जान्छ त्यहाँ है
local tourism is it that
एकदमै यहाँ
टिकटक बनाउन
त्यो त बन्द गर्दैन अहिले
कुन चाहिँ
त्यो ठाउँ
बेसी मान्छे भएर
तर बन्दीपुर पनि त्यस्तै देख्छ खासमा मान्छे लाइक
त्यो ठाउँको
डिफेन्सिभ भएको
अनि त्यो स्पेसिफिकली त्यस्तो क्लाउडी छ नि बन्दीपुर गइस भने पनि त्यो सनराइज पोइन्ट छ क्या सेम देख्छ
नबदिन द पावर
सोशल मिडिया त्यही त
तर
राम्रै हो
after they posted that photo or video त्यसपछि यति धेरै बढ्यो के त्यो ट्राफिक बढ्यो के त्यहाँनिर and it's a very steep climb अनि
मान्छे मर्यो हैन
भिडियो के माथिबाट यस्तो तल त्यो बाटो आउने थियो back all the way down
तर
and they closed it
भाइरल भयो भने पनि क्या मैला भइदिन्छ क्या सफा जग्गाहरू हुन्छ नि त्यतिकै मैला त्यति प्रिस्टिन नै हराइदिन्छ क्या आई फिल
वेस्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट अलि राम्रो
लाइक के भन्नु लोकली त राम्रो हुन्छ बिजनेसको लागि तर अब घिनलाग्दो
त्यही प्रब्लम भएर नै they shut it down त्यो then noise pollution traffic all that
Do you study waste management in So what's the best solution for Kathmandu youth in your perspective?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, that's such a complex question. So like the thing is in Kathmandu, landfills there's a certain way to make landfills. System weapons and when you make landfills, there's a certain way where they have to different layers and you have to what kind of landfill you want. The thing with Kathmandu is that first of all, it's so packed, jam-packed, waste and right now what's happening is dumping we are not actually treating it. Maybe 5 to 10% gets treated. We cannot deny that. Most of our waste is just going into landfills and just being dumped here. It's not being segregated and nothing. But we cannot even blame the system only in this because I think it needs to start from home. Plastics, paper, if we can separate it at home and then that will be like taken different way. This is Sazilo again. But for now, I think it's we have a lot to do. First of all, I'm a technical knowledge. There is science, right? Technical knowledge I'm a bureaucracy system we need this organization to actually see what kind of cost suitable less corruption as well. That's very important. And we need skilled people. We cannot just hire people just because who's so and blah blah. But right now what I think is our youth is so ready. We have so many people who are so educated and they want to do something. They just need a way to get into the system. I think that's needed, and once we have skilled people, hopefully the waste management will become better in Kathmandu. But we have still a lot to go. Only dump dump chemicals contaminate for example, Bharatpur it's being dumped next to the Narayani River. River things there's high chances that the river can get contaminated as well. So these things needs to be looked into, but we have a lot to go. Hopefully something can be done.
And Kathmandu just scene is kind of sad. That's like pollution. Summer air was like atti bad. Land bunny atti bad. Noise bunny.
Last year I was watching a video and we were turning like waste into like bricks and making it like.
But then it starts from the base. It's not segregated. So it's very difficult to decide.
So the technology they can make it but segregate capacity waste because it's very expensive to have like a high class machine that can segregate waste according to weight, according to moisture so it needs to start every step you need people to be actually conscious about it.
Education is important
because awareness,
हामीलाई पनि थाहा हुँदैन कहिले मै कन्फ्युज हुन्छ दुईटा डस्टबिन हुन्छ लाख हुन्छ भानु हुन्छ इट्स नट प्रपरली इन्ग्रेन्ड इन आवर माइन्ड यो चाहिँ यो हो यो चाहिँ यो भनेर कङ्क्रिट हुन्छ केही छैन कि सल्युसन सो कहिले न्यापकिन इज इज यु
I want to be a responsible citizen, but I don't know where to begin.
Consciously दिदैन
and then also infrastructure
Oh.
हामीले त डस्टबिन फाल्दा त्यो सिटी बनाउँदै आउँछ जे छ सबै एउटामा
सबै यो प्लास्टिकमा हालेर दिने त हो नि
अब उनीहरूले कहाँ छ यो गर्छ हैन
Exactly, it goes straight into the landfill.
तिमी गाडीबाटै फ्याल्दिन्छ नि मान्छेले बाहिर द्याट्स लाइक
अब एउटा लाइक दुईटा गाडी एउटा चाहिँ अर्ग्यानिक मात्रै एउटा चाहिँ उयो मात्रै I'm just like
Yeah, that is the idea. Oh.
त्यसरी नै फाल्ने हो चाहिँ
अलिकति some ठाउँमा गरिरहेछ हैन त्यो डोको रिसाइक्लर्सहरूले हाम्रो ब्युरोको अफिसमा पनि भेरी कन्सियस अबाउट वेस्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट हामीले पनि त्यो उनीहरूसित गरेर वी सर्ट अफ हाम्रो आफ्नै लेभलमा एट होम चाहिँ सुरु गरेको जस्तो गरेर अफिसमा पनि त्यस्तो सुरु त गरेको छ पिपल आर रिसाइक्लिङ वाट एभर दे क्यान बट वी डोन्ट ह्याभ द इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर एन्ड द टेक्नोलोजी एज वेल इट्स भेरी एक्सपेन्सिभ अल्सो टु गेट
It becomes dangerous also, no, these places, the landfill, because they release a lot of methane or something.
Oh, methane हुन्छ तर chemicals त हाम्रो अहिले प्रब्लम हो तिमीहरूको ब्याट्री चलाउँछ नि त्यो रिमोटहरुको you just throw it into the bin, right? And where does it go? It goes straight into the landfill. Landfillमा गएपछि contamination हुन्छ नि त त्यहाँ अनि झन् रिभरको छेउमा भयो भने त leak हुन्छ so
but there's a bigger picture here, no, pollution, but we feel like just plastic straws and plastic straws are like times there's like this whole picture of batteries and stuff like happening.
Waste is a big problem.
Yeah.
I'm like about this and everything is to do with electricity and stuff.
त्यो हामी वाइन खाँदा त्यो कलर्ड bottles पनि हुन्छ नि they cannot be recycled white bottles can be हैन I mean it is more expensive. Because those are green bottles ni ta.
यो त घरमा पानी खाने हो यार हैन त्यही हो अब मेरो सानो वे अफ
reuse I think
keep the waste
reuse I think that's the first step reuse गर्नु पर्यो के जान्नु परेन
there's a 5 R's way here reuse reduce and
recycle reduce reuse recycle 3 R's
repair चाहिँ
repair पनि त होला नि हैन
I guess
of course
if you can repair it why do you want to
don't change what's not spoiled or something
don't change what's not spoiled
don't change what's not broke don't you think she's the most articulate guest we've had so far?
म स्कुलमा एजुकेसन गर्थे नि त
This shows me म सोच्दै थिएँ कस्तो point education गर्यो होला यो मान्छेले rest of the time it's just us cracking stupid jokes like
no
यस्तो कस्टम हामी त्यही कारण तपाईँलाई बोलाएको खान्छ यहाँ बेसी जोक्स भयो क्या खान्छ अस्तिदेखि सबैले gotta take it seriously now.
So like you were saying, you've been involved in this field, social work, mentoring and stuff. So what does the future look like for that field in the past?
So I think going forward, I think it's really important. Collaboration, communication, and collaboration is really important because Nepalma we have so many such good ideas and projects. I know after काम एकदमै राम्रो इम्प्याक्टमा गरिरहेछ हैन अब मेरो साबुनको कुरा त एउटा भयो but then there are people who are working for women empowerment, for child development, for assistance for the specially abled environment ko like
back to go menstruation
kids go एकदमै अनि what I think is that we need to have a platform where we can all come together, share our ideas. And when I say share ideas, I don't only mean sharing our stories. We should see a common ground where we can take this together. Because our impact but when we sort of collaborate, it becomes a very big impact. For example, I'll give you an example. It's a very simple thing. अब एउटा प्रोजेक्टले गाउँ घरमा के रे यो ज्याकेट्सहरु चिसोमा ज्याकेट्सहरु अनि जुत्ताहरु क्याप्सहरु ग्लोभ्सहरु बार्नु गयो हैन दे आर गोइङ देयर हैन they're going to take this transport that's going there right now. While they're going there, there's also so many other projects. If we had come together in a platform, we could have discussed about it right now. I could give my soaps right now. Someone who's working for this women's health, menstruation kits pathaunu sakincha. People who are working in child nutrition kits pathaunu sakincha right now. People who are working in water management, unaru gaउँ घरमा गएर हेरेर कहाँ ट्याङ्की त्यो water harvesting गर्नु सक्छ, त्यो गर्न सकिन्छ नि त. So I feel like we need to reach out more to people who are working in this field, sort of find a common ground and share what can be done together. Okay? अनि एउटा ठाउँमा जाँदाखेरि all of us can collaborate and उले एउटा impact गर्यो भने हामी सबैजना सँगै गयो भने we can make a bigger impact in them. So I think that's the most important, communication and collaboration. That's the way forward for Nepal if we want to see our rural area getting more developed, our urban area becoming more aware. So I think that's important.
Realistically, without the help of the government, how far do you think just social welfare organizations or do you think it's feasible?
No, it's very difficult. It's like two sides of a coin, two wheels. Because hamro private sector र humanitarian भन्दाखेरि sort of semi-private जस्तो खालके हुन्छ हैन. We have the skills, we have the resources हैन. But at the end of the day, it's the government that needs to come and join hands with us and say, ल तिमीहरुको आइडिया यो छ, हाम्रो वे यो छ, हामी त्यहाँसम्म पुर्याइदिन्छ भनेर के. So it's really important. It's not possible for only the humanitarian sector alone itself to sort of go forward. Yeah? We need the government also to be on the same plane with us. So I think, that's really important for both parties to come together, have an understanding, and then then we can see some positive changes in life.
That's because I think I was having a discussion about this with someone else. What I think is organizations, and there are so many organizations that are trying to help people. Honestly, there are some that don't, but then so there is honestly good round, but still it's a huge task to undertake for that small entity. And unless the government comes in, steps in, and does it on a massive scale, which they have the power to, but then that again brings other problems like corruption and all that thing. So, our country to develop, I think we need certain fundamentals that needs to be in place. So, everyone's effort, it just be like small victories.
Limited.
Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but
so joint efforts, bigger picture.
I think the first step is to sort of have these platforms where government entities discuss गर्न सक्छ के. So I think what's lacking right now majorly is these projects, local projects, actually getting in contact with government organizations that can actually make it happen. Yeah, their platforms are lacking severely.
Because the elected leaders also are that complacent. Every district leader those guys are very complacent and they are always worried about their seat.
Yeah, I think more than worried about this seat, I'll just play the devil's advocate here right now. What I think is information parks I think because if there's a platform, like I said, or if there's some way in which we can reach out to them, it'll be a bigger impact. Of course, like you said, there will be a lot of corruption. Seat they are most worried. But this seat information so that linkage is missing there in between. And I think we can have a positive and a better outcome. Just to I'd love to be positive about all this stuff, but yeah, this is just
the core problem I see is governance. And because of that, they have all the problems of missing all the nepotism, corruption, all that stuff. And then that leads to other problems. So the platform, if we could, address one single problem that is fundamental to our country's development, which is basically proper governance, complete as a nation, would that be like more resonating?
Of course, and I think
like even if you have a platform where everyone is a social organization,
yeah.
but you still have your own expertise that you're focusing on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think just resonating on that, I think what I think I think we need a lot of more young people to be in the system.
But everyone's going out.
Exactly brain drain भइरहेछ नेपालमा हैन सबैजना बाहिर गइरहेछ हैन we need to create an opportunity. We need to have this sort of open mind. So people who are there in the system they should make an effort to be a little open minded and trust that young people can do it भनेर के because अहिले सोचे के हुन्छ भन्दा भर्खर यङ हो एक्सपिरियन्स छैन उनीहरूले के गर्न सक्छ जस्तो हुन्छ नि त हामी त कति इयर्स एक्सपिरियन्स भइसक्यो ब्युरोक्रेसीमा हामी त काम गरिरहेछ हामीलाई थाहा छ जस्तो हुन्छ नि त but that's not the whole truth नि त हुन्छ नि young people need to be pumped into the system, and I think that's the only way that we can have bigger and better ideas and also go along with our modernization भइरहेछ नि त्यसमा चाहिँ नेपाल चाहिँ नपछाडियोस् हैन young people need to be pumped into the system in order to actually make it more efficient जस्तो लाग्छ के मलाई
like brain drain because people want to earn in dollars and euros.
You spend so much money बाहिर पढेर हैन
exactly
1 करोड कति खर्च गर्नुपर्छ हैन and then this happens, so you come back, you won't get the amount that you त्यत्रो पढेको जति त दिन सक्दैन नि कहिले पनि right away at least अनि त्यस्तो भएपछि पनि like if you come back and work here and get like average salary ठिकै छ start मान्छेले फेरि भन्न थाल्छ त्यत्रो पढेर पनि अब यति salary काम गर्छ बाहिर गर्नुपर्छ नि त्यस्तो so they mean that it's like a cycle, toxic cycle.
Yeah.
And त्यसले गर्दाखेरि people don't want to come back पनि they get used to lifestyle outside. And यहाँ चाहिँ there are less skilled people. All the skilled people are outside. Unless like everyone acts selflessly for a couple of years, couple of decades. I don't think.
I think selflessly सँग पनि I think what's important is हाम्रो work culture change हुनु पर्यो के because I think हाम्रो generationमा if I can speak for that, if I'm going to do my 10 cents for that, 2 cents for that.
Please, you're a good ambassador for this generation. If anybody is right, you are. So
okay, I lost my thought process. Serious, I thought I lost it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, we're speaking about youngsters and हामीले यति खर्च गरेर we don't want to come back because it's just going to give us peanuts when you come back हैन I think अहिलेको youngsters को mindset पनि अलि change भयो they need work satisfaction के they need to be appreciated and they need to also have certain freedom to be able to make decisions के त्यो चाहिँ हाम्रो नेपालमा सिस्टममा त्यो चाहिँ चेन्ज हुनु पर्यो के you know what I mean because मैले पनि बाहिर पढेर आयो हैन maybe if I had worked abroad I would have earned double triple of what I'm earning यता हैन with the work that I'm doing हैन but I'm working here because the company that I work right now with has such a wonderful work culture that makes me stay के हुन्छ नि they let me make decisions they trust me म young भए पनि they let me lead के त्यो work culture चाहिँ नेपालमा अलि चेन्ज भयो भने चाहिँ I think we have some hope that the things
I think
will get better.
Newer startups are starting to incorporate that.
Yeah, that's so important. के मान्छेले they don't think about हुन्छ नि काम गर्दाखेरि अलिकति comfortable होस् अलिकति सानो कुरा पनि they think it's not a big deal you need to work you need to put in your hours and हुन्छ नि robot जस्तै के आयो 9 to 5 काम गर्यो give your report give your assessment and go भन्छ नि त्यस्तो हैन कि there should be more than that work culture अलिकति राम्रो गर्नु पर्यो हाम्रो सिस्टमले and then maybe we can have a better outcome
so free liberty
trust
goes a long way
yeah
it's basically empowering
but some people have like what's that condition called
narcissism.
No.
Narcissistic. Where did that come from? Narcissism.
I don't know, is this like quality or
boss? Hands-on, like they have to be hands-on.
Micromanage garne.
Not clingy is not the word, sorry.
Clingy. Workspace ma clingy.
That's all I'm saying.
There's a whole different thing.
It's not a word.
Micromanage garne bhaneko.
And then त्यो हुन्छ नि पुरै hands-on के अब तिमीले अब त्यो डिभिजन अफ लेबर पनि भन्छ तर
यो गर त्यो गर भन्दै
hovering like and seeing
micromanaging.
Me personally I haven't worked in this like
corporate.
hierarchy, corporate hierarchy and things. I don't know, but कुराहरु सुन्दा त्यस्तै हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्छ.
हुन्छ no, you have
control,
a lot of
control freak. That's the word. Control freaks.
or micromanagement. Yeah, exactly what he said. He's coming up with very good words. Yeah, narcissist and all that.
My vocabulary is kind of limited right now because of whatever the fuck you know. So
that's a strong coffee.
That's one of the biggest problems if you work in an office.
Creativity पनि boost हुनु
सक्दैन. Exactly, yeah.
You're getting annoyed in bits and pieces के घरि like सानो हुन्छ नि अब यो गर्दै भने अब त्यही गरिरहेको छु किन भन्नु पर्यो हैन त्यो त अब अन्डा पकाउँदै गर्दा यसरी पकायो उसरी पकायो जस्तो भयो नि त हैन
नुन हाल्यो फ्लिप गर्यो
इट्स लाइक औ त्यो अन्डा अलिकति बाहिर निस्किम के भयो त के त्यसले नमिठो हुन्छ हुँदैन नि त्यस्तो खाले प्रब्लम हो के वर्कमा पनि त्यही हो अलिकति यस्तो भयो भने के नै हुन्छ र but then for that you're sacrificing your employees the motivation.
Yeah, I think that's अलिकति awareness चाहिँ हुनु पर्यो हाम्रो नेपालको work culture मा. I think it's picking up. I'm being very positive. Pick up हुँदैछ हैन, but I think more organizations need to understand work culture and actually appreciate the employees and trust them to actually be able to lead.
अर्को यो सर भन्ने भनि के सर त्यो भनेपछि त्यो यति साह्रो बुस्ट हुन्छ रे कति मान्छेहरुको and then they don't want to ever admit to mistakes after that workplace ma.
We went to this guy's works. I went to pick him up once. His building, my work building.
Did you also say sir?
No, I was like in the parking lot waiting for him, and this one fellow co-worker comes. He's like, "Bye, this sir." I'm like, "This sir." You're embarrassed me. I'm like, she called him like sir. Like, dude, what's up with that? त्यो भनेको तर सबले सर भन्छ
नट सबै अब कतिजनाले भन्छ स्पेशली अब people who view their work as like lower to yours.
You feel like pressure to be
not really man. I don't really like the whole त्यो सर भन्ने चिज. I don't like to say it but I don't like it being told भन्ने because I think त्यो एकैचोटी like you just give this person too much power.
It sort of creates that
हैन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अब त्यो मान्छे अब त्यस्तै खाले अब फक्ट अप मान्छे हो भने त that person will never admit defeat is like or like work related चिजमा हुन्छ अनि त्यसले गर्दाखेरि अरु प्रब्लम हुन्छ लाइक
vicious circle नै हो क्या त्यो पनि
that leads to अब basically low production of work. Eventually.
Absolutely, yeah
man
output चाहिँ
त्यो आउटपुट राम्रो हुन्छ अब
make workplace भन्ने
त्यही प्रब्लमहरु भन्नु खोज्छ तपाईले. It's like not being allowed to empower yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Be independent because like you said, if you have someone hovering over you, micromanaging you, you're so scared that you're going to make a mistake and that's going to blow out of proportion and they're going to like, hear from your higher person. Ani creativity ko thau nai chaina ni.
But don't you think that's a little bit in our culture ko family ma pani?
Of course, man.
त्यहाँबाट त सिकेको नि त्यहाँबाट सिकेर अफिसमा
अब हाम्रो फ्यामिली भन्नु न अब like if the dad says black is white you have to say okay it's white and if you fight with him he said I'm your father I said it's white
Yo dad I hope you're listening in.
No I don't mean that you know I have a lot of discussion with my dad all the time about this जहिले पनि झगडा परिरहन्छ dad सित के but I think it starts at home के हामी झगडा पर्नु पर्छ के झगडा पनि हैन उनीहरुलाई भन्नु त पर्यो के they should at least be aware हुन्छ नि
उनीहरुको फल्ट पनि हैन के उनीहरु
they've been brought up like that
but they didn't have the freedom of the internet or just like education in general.
I just say internet भएको भए हामी most of us wouldn't be born also.
Say that again what?
I have this theory if our parents had generation there would be internet
maybe some maybe not
like Facebook and social media.
Yeah
we wouldn't be born most of us.
Then distant bhayera
I know they would find some other our moms would find some other dudes or
okay like that more options and
bigger
more
picture,
yeah of course he's just like so quiet
just imagining here adi arke
some like arke universe business if like 1980s ma there was like Tinder and all that crap right I don't know where the topic led here, but that's some like shower thought I had here, Steve. Like Instagram and
rap with it.
Okay, on completely different note. Happy anniversary.
Oh,
This
thank you
custom-
again.
this-
Cheers again.
This is like कसम थाहा पनि थिएन साइलेन्टली भनिदिएको न तपाईँले चाहिँ फर्की भन्नुपर्छ नि एउटा
You want to come and just say hi? Okay. My husband is too shy.
You can catch him at local.
You can meet him at local and see him. He's a cool guy.
We'll be hanging out at local if you guys should come check it out.
Yeah.
अनि आएर यो एपिसोडहरू आयो भने पनि हल्का डिस्काउन्ट ज्यादा होइन है हल्का हेरिस् त्यो ठिक छ ल है पानी खायो
So हाम्रो आजको एपिसोड वाज स्पोन्सर्ड बाई लिट रोलिङ पेपर्स अगेन अनि दिस इज हजुरलाई थाहा छैन होला इट्स लाइक द रोलिङ पेपर कम्पनी
It's like in an Indian rolling paper company, but they manufacture it in France and just like assemble it in India. And they're selling it in Nepal. So you can like, it's like nice rolling papers, man. I would prefer to smoke in.
They have varieties.
Yeah,
or-
they have varieties, different kinds of assembly. They have this one with the tray and magnets.
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
sounds fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy actually. Ramon's price range is not that expensive.
You can buy it at select stores.
Yeah, you can buy it at like cheers.com. I mean, it's hard, if you want like online buy it online. And you can find it in like KK Mart or it's like other department store. So like yeah, link is in the description. Yeah, Late Fabulous like follow. So if you want to give any shout outs and all, or like if you want to say anything
to wrap it up.
No, I think this was a great opportunity for me to come and share my story. I mean, thanks to you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And it was wonderful talking, eh? I think I spoke a lot, but I think I got to speak what I wanted to. Thank you so much. And I think, yeah, it's a great thing that you guys are doing, and you should get more social activists on the blog.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think there's nepotism and all that. I didn't bring her because like she's my friend's sister or like my sister, right? Nah. Like this, she's a legit things to say.
Yeah.
I hope that's out on the table, right? Yeah, it's been nepotism bitty in there.
Hypocrite.
So let's get that out, right? Again, thanks. Right? We should.
Yeah, my pleasure.
so let's
Yeah,
Eventually,
also
there's
like
this-
thank Anamaya.
Anna Maya always goes without saying. Thanks,
Shankar and
Shankar
Annamaya for letting us use your place, eh? This is like awesome restaurant. Come and
Yeah,
try
two
it
episodes
out.
just beside the pump.
vegan र vegetarian.
यहाँको त्यो अस्ति स्मुदी हो कि शेक यस्तो के खाँदै त्यो पनि दामी त यार So आएर ट्राई गरे हुन्छ
लोकलको खाना पनि दामी छ
त्यो आलु मुसँगै आलु हैन त्यो
त्यो पनि पेरी पेरी पनि
You know, burger is good.
Burger's very nice, yeah.
मुसँगै
I mean, you should try the red curry, Thai red curry. Oh my god, it's authentic.
थाइराइड गरी
Thai red curry.
खानु भयो
It'll transport you to Thailand, yeah. It's very nice, very spicy.
छिलाई नमस्ते दादा सरी खाम
every time एक drop by one time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We'll call it a night. कति बज्यो?